Obviously, a familiar face will be in the other corner. Mairis Briedis. His last fight was against yourself. Obviously, you've had two in the interim against Elizaro and Jordan Thompson. Do you feel any pressure now that it's the other way around, if you know what I mean? You know, going into the first Briedis fight, I think a lot of people saw you as the underdog, but now it's completely flipped on its head, and everyone's seeing Briedis as the underdog. Does that change the mentality at all for yourself, Jai?
There's pressure on me for every single fight, every time I'm in the ring. You know what I mean? Losing to me is not an option. So every single fight I walk into, it is do or die for me. You know what I mean? So I treat it like any other fight. I'm not even thinking about who's the favorite or who's this. I'm just trying to perfect the craft every day, fit, strong, smart, stay sharp, fight smart. You know what I mean? It's just, well, I'm built for this shit. So, I just can't wait to get in the ring and do what I do.
Absolutely. And obviously, as I mentioned, Briedis, you've been in there, you've shared 12 rounds with him before. Do you read anything into that? Do you take a whole lot from that? Or are you preparing for a different Briedis?
We've prepared for everything. You know what I mean? We're prepared for a brawl. We're prepared for a box. We're fit enough to do whatever we need to do. Um, I'm curious to see how he comes out this one. You know what I mean? I feel like he's got to come out a bit more aggressive. He's got to really try and make it an ugly fight and do his little tactics to sort of get under it and stuff like that. But we'll be ready. I think the fighter I was when I first fought him to who I am today, it's a complete different version of myself. You know what I mean? Like with Briedis, he's trying his hardest to sort of maintain and you know what I mean. He's trying to maintain his peak, but with me, I didn't even fight him at my peak. And I feel like I'm just reaching my peak now. Like I feel way stronger, way faster, better. Like I'm training every day. I'm constantly leveling up. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's the opposite with him. I feel like he's trying to maintain that level that he's been on for quite a while. So and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm the things he's done for the cruiserweight division, the achievements he has, it's amazing. You know what I mean? I take my hat off to him. He's had his time though. I said this before the first time we fought. He was a great fighter, but I am the next generation of great coming through, and I just got to prove this once again.
What will the difference be this time around? Do you think you could stop Briedis this time?
I definitely feel like I can stop him. You know what I mean? But in saying that, I'm not going to go chasing a stoppage. If the stoppage comes, it comes. We fight smart. I got heavy hands, and I've only had I had a surgery on my left hand. Like I fought for such a long time with one handed. My left hand I could never really sort of let it go without it hurting me. So I've had a surgery and I've only had my left hand for about I think 4 fights now. And Briedis, when I first fought Briedis, that was my second fight with it. So just being able to sort of take it to the next level and even something as simple as hitting pads and stuff like that. Like I'm able to let my hands go on the bag and the pads now. So it's just taking it to a whole new level. I can sit down on my punches and I don't always got to throw it like it's a jab. You know what I mean? I used to throw my left hand like it was a jab instead of a knockout punch. But it's just changed the game. But it's added things to my game. You know what I mean? I feel like a whole better version of who I was. So it's exciting.